6 rounds in the books. We go to the second half of the fight. Unbeaten Miguel Cotto against once beaten Muhammad Abdullaev in what has turned into a brutal body puncher's test. Harold Letterman, how do you have it?
Okay, Jim, 59-55, 5 rounds to 1, Miguel Cotto. Jim, I got to tell you something. Number one, I wouldn't pay Johnny Callis, the referee, because I haven't seen one clinch in this fight yet. I mean, it's incredible. These guys are just banging on each other. Secondly, the reason that Muhammad Abdullaev isn't hitting Miguel Cotto that well is because Miguel Cotto's not standing right in front of him. He's moving, he's landing good shots, and he's moving again. And as long as he keeps moving, Abdullaev has a hard time getting a good shot on him.
Abdullaev's face is beginning to show some of the effect of all the combat here, as he has a bruise above his eye, and you saw Cotto there momentarily switch to a southpaw stance. Is he going to go back to conventional? Now he is. We told you that in 3 of the 4 Olympic rounds, he switched southpaw. Let's see if he's going to do it down the stretch here. Switched southpaw in Sydney. It was after Abdullaev had clearly won the first round. Maybe Miguel feels like he's more in control here tonight. But it's hard to be in control when you're the one who's being pressured all the time. Good 4-punch response by Miguel Cotto there.
Cotto just did what I can recall Sugar Ray Leonard doing all the time. Get hit by a punch, a stiff punch, and instantly come back with something so that the judges and the crowd can't sit there thinking about that punch.
I think he's doing a wonderful job right now, considering everything. Boxing good. He realizes he's fighting a guy that's very difficult to open up to get a clean punch. So he's just trying to do enough to get the points ahead and looking forward to winning the decision now.
We're going to learn how well conditioned he is.
Yeah,
we're going to see whether he can maintain all this movement down to the final bell.
It's going to be an ultimate test tonight.
Because Abdullaev is here to go 12, it would appear, and isn't going to stop pressuring.
But Abdullaev's coming in, but he's not coming in with that much fast pressure himself. He's kind of slowed down a little bit also. That's the way he should continue to box.
Very good round for Miguel Cotto.
Come on, breathe. Breathe. Again. Come on, breathe, breathe.
You have to work more. Put more pressure on him. Use your left hand again, and then your right uppercut.
Keine Ruhe lassen. Постоянно передней рукой ты должен мешать ему, не давать работать. Go, seconds out, seconds out.
Round 8 begins with Muhammad Abdullaev overshooting a right hand. And Miguel Cotto continues to bounce and move on his feet. Cotto's better footwork and busier hands seemingly winning the fight for him. But it's a slippery slope against the relentless pressure of Muhammad Abdullaev. Emmanuel, early in the fight, you seemed to think that Abdullaev was going to wear Cotto down.
Yeah,
Are you impressed with what Miguel has done?
I think Miguel is fighting very good now. He's boxing good, fighting in spots, and not necessarily going for a big knockout. is just doing exactly what he should do to win this decision. Landing punches and moving away and changing directions back and forth.
Yeah, somewhere along the way you realize that you're in there with a guy who's not going to go. That no matter what you hit him with on this night, this guy is just not going to go down. And you've got to adjust your thinking accordingly.
I think the fight when he fought Nadir Lovemore was a very difficult fight like this, which I thought was a very good development fight. He went to the whole 10 or 12 rounds, but he had to do something similar to this. And I think without having those type of fights, he would not have been able to hold up, I don't think, at this stage the way he has.
He got hit with some straight right hands that night, too.
Yes.
Vicious left hook to the body by Cotto, as Abdullaev has cranked it up and rallied a couple times in this round, and Cotto seems cognizant of the need to do something to blunt Abdullaev's continuing pressure. Abdullaev seemingly realizing that he's behind on the scorecards and starting to build his pace again.
The movement and change of directions and stuff is causing a little problem for Abdullaev, who's very much walks on his left heels when he goes forward and is not that agile as far as changing directions.
He's also developing a big swelling above the right eye, and the right eye itself is starting to swell shut. That could help Cotto to begin targeting his left hook a little better. Cotto's face so far unmarked, except for a red welt on the forehead, and there's the combination.
There's the combination. He's fighting a very beautiful fight.
That's the difference in the two fighters. You just don't see those kinds of combinations from Abdullaev when they're out in space. Abdullaev hits Cotto right on the hip, a punch designed to slow him down, and busts him with a right hand after the referee had asked him to break. Cotto's composure remains intact.
Cotto's fighting a very good fight.
Tremendous. Real good. My right eye. He can't see through his right eye. He can't see through his right eye. Use it.
Put the iron on his head. Let me see your eye.
Open his eye. Open your eye. Open your eye. From after the oral. Okay, it's okay.
Abdullaev's lumps have lumps.
Yeah,
Elbow.
That was elbow. And I think the elbow was no accident either. I think that was a purpose elbow.
Well, he hit him with the elbow at about the same time that he also threw a left hook onto the hip. Both were purpose punches. And you can see how much Vaseline is now smeared onto the right eye of Abdullaev, and Abdullaev is showing a great sense of urgency, realizing now that that right eye may shut down his effort in this fight. Total through round 8, CompuBox numbers. Cotto 124 out of 604. Abdullaev 76 out of 416. So both punches thrown and punches landed show numbers that are beginning to widen for Miguel Cotto. He's asserting himself in the fight tactically and mentally.
Right. Very good fight. And this is all of those fights he's having. Having 4 fights a year, which is a lot for a first-class championship type fighter. And I think that's the advantage going into this fight for him, the experience that he has and activity where he's doing things automatically now while he's
And Abdullaev is going to check out of the fight, or at least ask for time.
No, I think he wants to quit.
I think he wants out. His right eye is shut. He's asking the doctor to look.
No, he's great.
He's done. Miguel Cotto has a big victory, and he fought his way to it.
A great performance tonight. I was very, very impressed.
Tactical brilliance from a young fighter who showed patience, composure, and got through a rough stretch against a hard guy.
And he's not going to meet any tougher guys on the way up.
Once again, I have to give a lot of credit to Bruce Tramper, the matchmaker for Top Rank, who's did a great job in moving him along properly to be prepared for a situation like this.
Maybe the best matchmaker in the sport.
Oh, I definitely feel he is. He's the best matchmaker, to me, of all time as far as developing a fighter.
Part of the brilliance of Top Rank is the care with which they select opponents for